Lesson 41. Wife, wives, help. What's the plural of wife?
The plural of wife is wives.
Do husbands in this country generally help their wives in the house?
Yes, husbands in this country generally help their wives in the house.
If you can't answer a question during the lesson, who helps you to answer it?
If I can't answer a question during the lesson, the teacher helps me to answer it.
If you help me, do you think we can lift this table together?
Yes, if I help you, I think we can lift this table together.
Common. Which is the most common drink in this country besides water?
Tea is the most common drink in this country besides water.
Fire. Do you have a fire at home in winter?
Yes, I have a fire at home in winter.
Broad. Which is the broadest street in your town?
Oxford Street is the broadest street in my town.
Rich. Who is the richest person you know?
My uncle is the richest person I know.
Poor. Name me one of the poorest countries in the world.
Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world.
Story. Bedtime. Do you like reading war stories?
Yes, I like reading war stories.
Do parents in your country read bedtime stories to their children?
Yes, parents in my country read bedtime stories to their children.
Express. Thought. Can you express a very simple idea quite well in English?
Yes, I can express a very simple idea quite well in English.
Do you think it's easier to express your thoughts in writing or in speaking?
I think it's easier to express my thoughts in writing.
Irregular verbs. So. Change. What's the past of speak?
The past of speak is spoke.
Speak. Spoke. Come. Came. Break. Broke. Wear. Wore. Write. Wrote. Get up. Got up. Stand. Stood. Shine. Shone. Take. Took. Tell. Told. Drive. Drove. Forget. Forgot. See. Saw. Sit. Sat. Eat. Ate. Give. Gave. Begin. Began. Drink. Drank. Sleep. Slept. Which language did we speak during the last lesson?
We spoke English during the last lesson.
What's the past of come?
The past of come is came.
What time did you come here last lesson?
I came here at 10 o'clock last lesson.
What's the past of break?
The past of break is broke.
Did you ever break an arm or a leg when you were a little child?
No, I never broke an arm or a leg when I was a little child.
What did you wear yesterday?
I wore a grey shirt and blue trousers yesterday.
Did I write anything on this piece of paper last lesson?
Yes, you wrote something on that piece of paper last lesson.
What time did you get up this morning?
I got up at 8 o'clock this morning.
Did we stand up after the last lesson?
Yes, we stood up after the last lesson.
Did the sun shine last week?
Yes, the sun shone last week.
Did you take any photographs on your last holiday?
Yes, I took some photographs on my last holiday.
Did you tell me your name?
Yes, I told you my name.
Did anybody in your family drive a car last year?
Yes, somebody in my family drove a car last year.
Did you remember all the new words last lesson from the lesson before that?
No, I didn't remember all the new words last lesson from the lesson before that. Some I remembered and some I forgot.
What did you see in this classroom last lesson?
I saw some books, some chairs, a teacher, etc. in this classroom last lesson.
Where did you sit during the last lesson?
I sat here during the last lesson.
What did you eat for your lunch yesterday?
I ate some fish and some vegetables for my lunch yesterday.
Did I give you a dictation last month?
Yes, you gave us a dictation last month.
When did last season begin?
Last season began on the 21st of March.
What did you drink with your breakfast this morning?
I drank some tea with my breakfast this morning.
How long did you sleep last night?
I slept 8 hours last
Lesson
night.
42. Hill. Around. Are there any hills around this town?
Yes, there are some hills around this town.
Laugh. Comedy. Do people generally laugh when they're happy or unhappy?
People generally laugh when they're happy.
Do you laugh when you watch comedies?
Yes, I laugh when I watch comedies.
Enemy. What's the opposite of the word friend?
The opposite of the word friend is enemy.
Were England and America enemies during the Second World War?
No, England and America weren't enemies during the Second World War. They were friends.
Castle. Are there any old castles in this town?
Yes, there are some old castles in this town.
Hungry. Noise. Are you hungry at the moment?
Yes, I'm hungry at the moment.
Are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world today?
Yes, there are a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world today.
Does your stomach make noises when you're hungry?
Yes, my stomach makes noises when I'm hungry.
Fact. Historical. Mathematical. Geographical. Tell me a geographical fact.
Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world.
Tell me a historical fact.
The Second World War began in 1939.
Tell me a mathematical fact.
2 plus 2 equals 4.
Get. Become. When you get hungry, what do you do?
When I get hungry, I eat.
Do you think your English is getting better?
Yes, I think my English is getting better.
Obtain. Fetch. Doctor. About how much does a doctor get a month?
A doctor gets about £2,000 a month.
Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday?
Yes, I get some cards from my friends on my birthday.
Can I get clothes from a bookshop?
No, you can't get clothes from a bookshop.
Which animal do we get milk from?
We get milk from a cow.
Will you go and get a pen for me from the next room, please?
Yes, I'll go and get a pen for you from the next room.
When children are young, do their parents get them from school each day?
Yes, when children are young, their parents get them from school each day.
Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please?
Yes, I'll get that book from the table and give it to you.
Get to. Reach. What time do you generally get to school for your lesson?
I generally get to school at 9 a.m. for my lesson.
What time do you generally get home at the end of the day?
I generally get home at about 6 p.m. at the end of the day.
What are the general meanings of the verb get?
The general meanings of the verb get are become and obtain.
If you are not sure when to use get, what is it better to do?
If I'm not sure when to use get, it's better to use the other verb with the same meaning.
There was. There were. Is there a picture on that wall?
Yes, there's a picture on that wall.
Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago?
Yes, there was a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago.
Were there any books on the table last lesson?
Yes, there were some books on the table last lesson.
Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson?
No, there wasn't a chair in that corner during the last lesson.
Were there any chairs on the table last lesson?
No, there weren't any chairs on the table last lesson.
Die. President. What's the opposite of the verb to live?
The opposite of the verb to live is to die.
Do most people die before they're 100 years old?
Yes, most people die before they're 100 years old.
When did President Kennedy die?
President Kennedy died in 1963.
Lesson 43. Strong. Weak. Physical. Is whiskey a weak drink?
No, whiskey isn't a weak drink, it's a strong drink.
Are young boys generally physically stronger than men?
No, young boys aren't generally physically stronger than men. They're generally physically weaker than men.
Do you speak English with a strong French accent?
No, I don't speak English with a strong French accent. I speak it with a strong Japanese accent.
Soldier. Army. Make money. Uniform. Does a soldier make a lot of money these days?
No, a soldier doesn't make a lot of money these days.
Which country do you think has the largest army in the world today?
I think China has the largest army in the world today.
What do we call the clothes that a soldier wears?
We call the clothes that a soldier wears a uniform.
Do most children wear uniforms at school in your country?
Yes, most children wear uniforms at school in my country.
Build. Is it cheap to build a large house in the country?
No, it isn't cheap to build a large house in the country. It's expensive.
Fill. Do you fill your stomach completely when you eat?
Yes, I fill my stomach completely when I eat.
Contain. About how many pages does this book contain?
This book contains about 250 pages.
Art. Artist. Are you very good at art?
No, I'm not very good at art.
Was Picasso a writer or an artist?
Picasso was an artist.
Feel. Too much. Do you always feel in good health?
Yes, I always feel in good health.
Do you feel bad if you eat too much?
Yes, I feel bad if I eat too much.
Do you feel sad in good weather?
No, I don't feel sad in good weather. I feel happy in good weather.
Middle. Centre. What part of the square's this?
It's the top of the square. It's the bottom of the square. It's the side of the square. It's the middle of the square.
Where's the letter E?
The letter E's in the top right-hand corner of the square.
Where's the letter I?
The letter I's in the bottom left-hand corner of the square.
Where's the letter U?
The letter U's in the middle of the square.
Do people drive their cars in the middle of the road?
No, people don't drive their cars in the middle of the road. In most countries, they drive them on the right-hand side of the road.
What's another word for middle?
Another word for middle is centre.
Is there anything in the centre of this room?
Yes, there's something in the centre of this room.
Sure. What's your name?
My name's Keiko.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
How many ears have you?
I've 2 ears.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Request. Do we generally say please in English at the beginning of a request?
No, we don't generally say please in English at the beginning of a request. We say it at the end of a request.
Is it polite not to say please when we make a request?
No, it isn't polite not to say please when we make a request. It's impolite.
Neither nor. Is this a desk or a chair?
No, it's neither a desk nor a chair. It's a door.
Are there 100 chairs in this room or 1,000 chairs?
No, there are neither 100 chairs in this room nor 1,000 chairs. There are 14 chairs in this room.
Are you Mr. Brown or Mr. Smith?
No, I'm neither Mr. Brown nor Mr. Smith. I'm Mrs. Watanabe.
Willing. Are you always willing to help other people?
Yes, I'm always willing to help other people.
Are you willing to give me all the money you have in your pocket at the moment?
No, I'm not willing to give you all the money I have in my
Lesson
pocket at the
44.
moment.
Irregular verbs. Continued. Film. Pronunciation. Leave. Left. Read. Read. Smell. Smelt. Meet. Met. Learn. Learnt. Feel. Felt. Send. Sent. Hear. Heard. Know. Knew. Hold. Held. Hang. Hung. Bring. Brought. Buy. Bought. Go. Went. Shake. Shook. Say. Said. Think. Thought. Teach. Taught. What's the past of leave?
The past of leave is left.
What time did you leave home to come here today?
I left home at 8 o'clock to come here today.
What's the past of smell?
The past of smell is smelt.
Did your lunch smell bad yesterday?
No, my lunch didn't smell bad yesterday. It smelt good.
Did you learn any new words last week?
Yes, I learnt some new words last week.
Did you send any emails to your friends last month?
Yes, I sent some emails to my friends last month.
Did you know me 2 weeks ago?
Yes, I knew you 2 weeks ago.
Did that picture hang on the wall last lesson?
Yes, that picture hung on the wall last lesson.
Did we read these books last week?
Yes, we read these books last week.
Who was the last person you met before coming to the school?
Mr. Brown was the last person I met before coming to the school.
Did you feel cold last summer?
No, I didn't feel cold last summer. I felt hot.
Did you hear me say good morning to you at the beginning of the lesson?
Yes, I heard you say good morning to us at the beginning of the lesson.
What did I hold in my hand last lesson?
You held your pen in your hand last lesson.
What did you bring with you to the lesson today?
I brought my books with me to the lesson today.
Where did you buy your clothes from?
I bought my clothes from a clothes shop.
Did you go to the pub last month?
Yes, I went to the pub last month.
Who was the last person you shook hands with?
Paolo was the last person I shook hands with.
What did I say to you at the end of the last lesson?
You said goodbye to us at the end of the last lesson.
Did you think the last film you saw was a good one?
Yes, I thought the last film I saw was a good one.
Did you think English pronunciation was difficult when you first began studying English?
Yes, I thought English pronunciation was difficult when I first began studying English.
Did your parents teach you to wash and dress when you were a child?
Yes, my parents taught me to wash and dress when I was a child.
Bicycle. Motorbike. Bike. Which is quicker, a bicycle or a motorbike?
A motorbike is quicker than a bicycle.
What's a bike?
A bike is either a bicycle or a motorbike.
Mistake. Did you make any mistakes in your last dictation?
Yes, I made some mistakes in my last dictation.
Do you ever mistake the word walk for work when you hear it?
Yes, I sometimes mistake the word walk for work when I hear it.
Listen. Hear. News. Radio. Radio station. All the time. What am I doing?
You're listening to something.
I am listening, but can I hear anything?
Yes, you can hear something.
What can I hear?
You can hear the cars in the street, etc.
Did you hear the news on the radio yesterday?
Yes, I heard the news on the radio yesterday.
How often do they give the news on the radio each day?
They give the news about 24 times on the radio each day.
Do you listen to the same radio station all the time?
No, I don't listen to the same radio station all the time.
Ill. Well. A cold. Medicine. Do you ever feel ill?
Yes, I sometimes feel ill.
Do you take medicine when you feel ill?
Yes, I take medicine when I feel ill.
When was the last time you felt ill?
The last time I felt ill was 2 months ago.
What's the opposite of ill?
The opposite of ill is well.
Do people feel well when they have a cold?
No, people don't feel well when they have a cold. They feel ill.
Favorite. Thirsty. Program. Are you thirsty at the moment?
Yes, I'm thirsty at the moment.
What's your favorite drink apart from water when you feel very thirsty?
My favorite drink apart from water when I feel very thirsty is orange juice.
What's your favorite television program?
My favorite television program is Neighbours.
Sell. Supermarket. What's the opposite of the verb to buy?
The opposite of the verb to buy is to sell.
In what kind of shops do they generally sell umbrellas?
They generally sell umbrellas in clothes shops.
Do they sell food in clothes shops?
No, they don't sell food in clothes shops. They sell it in supermarkets.
Is there a supermarket in the centre of this town?
Yes, there's a supermarket in the
Lesson
centre of this town.
45. Lots of. Away. Tell. What can we say instead of a lot of?
We can say lots of instead of a lot of.
If you have lots of work to do and a friend talks to you all the time, what do you tell him to do?
If I have lots of work to do and a friend talks to me all the time, I tell him to go away.
Did you go away for your holidays last summer?
Yes, I went away for my holidays last summer.
Where did you go? Did you like it?
I went to Spain. Yes, I liked it.
Do you ever give any money away?
Yes, I sometimes give some money away.
Do you take this book away with you after the lesson?
No, I don't take that book away with me after the lesson.
Why not?
Because it isn't mine.
Business. Foreign. Does this country do business with foreign countries?
Yes, this country does business with foreign countries.
Rainy, sunny, cloudy. Is Greece a rainy country?
No, Greece isn't a rainy country, it's a sunny country.
Is it a sunny day today?
No, it isn't a sunny day today.
Was it a cloudy day yesterday?
Yes, it was a cloudy day yesterday.
Do you think it will be a rainy day tomorrow?
Yes, I think it'll be a rainy day tomorrow.
Nature. Do you think nature is always beautiful?
Yes, I think nature is always beautiful.
Price. What is the price of a meal in a very cheap restaurant in the place where you live?
The price of a meal in a very cheap restaurant in the place where I live is about £15.
Bush. Is a bush higher than a tree?
No, a bush isn't higher than a tree, it's lower than a tree.
Worth. To be worth. Value. What does it mean if I say this book is worth £5?
If you say that book is worth £5, it means that you can sell it for £5 or that it has a value of £5.
How much did your watch cost?
My watch cost £50.
When did you buy it?
I bought it 1 month ago.
About how much do you think it's worth now?
I think it's worth about £40 now.
Are your shoes worth as much now as they were when you bought them?
No, my shoes aren't worth as much now as they were when I bought them. They're worth less now than they were when I bought them.
How much do you think this is worth?
I think that's worth about £10.
Worth plus ing, gerund. Do you think it's worth paying lots of money for clothes?
No, I don't think it's worth paying lots of money for clothes.
Do you think it's worth studying the language of another country?
Yes, I think it's worth studying the language of another country.
Do you think it's worth buying an umbrella if you live in a country where it only rains about once a month?
No, I don't think it's worth buying an umbrella if I live in a country where it only rains about once a month.
Do you think it's worth taking an umbrella with you on a rainy day?
Yes, I think it's worth taking an umbrella with me on a rainy day.
Hard, soft. What are the 3 meanings of the word hard?
The 3 meanings of the word hard are difficult, very much, and the opposite of soft.
Is Chinese an easy language to learn?
No, Chinese isn't an easy language to learn. It's a hard language to learn.
Is English grammar hard?
No, English grammar isn't hard. It's easy.
Do you work very hard?
Yes, I work very hard.
Do you think you generally work harder than your parents?
Yes, I think I generally work harder than my parents.
Is my hand hard?
No, your hand isn't hard, it's soft.
Is the floor soft?
No, the floor isn't soft, it's hard.